Hello everybody and welcome to my YouTube channel, Dream of Crafts. My name's Deanna and today we'll be working on video number 4 for the pop-up Halloween mini album. And I want to take time to thank all my subscribers who are been loyal to me since the beginning, and they got new subscribers that we really appreciate it. And if you have not subscribed yet, down in the right hand corner of this video, there's a red square with a little arrow. If you tap that arrow, you can subscribe to my channel. If you hit the bell, then you will be notified each time that new videos are uploaded, so you don't miss any of the new videos that I come out with. So let's go ahead and get started. Now I have selected some additional papers other than what we started with. So these two here are also from Echo Park. So they're from the same paper company as our original ones that we're using. And they are from the Hocus Pocus series. So the front looks like that with all the poison bottles and skeletons. And the back of this one is like that with the skulls and the flowers there. We also will be using this one, and the back of that looks like that. Okay. In addition to that, we're going to be using one that I thought went along well with this, and it is a Cartabella, and it's the Trick or Treat one, and it's got the tickets on the back side, and it's got the Trick or Treat Halloween party game on here. So those are 3 additional ones that we're going to be using, added to what we already have. Okay. So I decided to go with this one with the poison bottles and stuff for the inside of our cover. So I've gone ahead and I've got 2 pieces that are 8 3/8 high by 12 inches. And then one that is 8 3/8 high by, oops, let me hard to see with that like that. Let me see here. 6 3/4. So 6 3/4 wide, 12 inches wide, 12 inches wide. All 3 are 6 and 7 or 8 3/8 high. Yes, let me see. Let me just double check just to make sure. I am wrong. 8 5/8 high. 8 7/8 high. That's right. Our book is 9 inches. So I apologize. 8 7/8 high. Okay. So they are all 3 the same height. So let's go ahead, and I've got these pre-taped here, and we'll lay down. I'm going to leave that tape on there. We're going to start, and I've got this all taped. I'm going to start by removing this tape here. We're going to lay one down at a time and attach them together as we go. That will make it much easier than trying to control one big piece. It's the only bad thing about all this tape, but I want it to kind of help hold everything in place while the glue dries. And we'll get this taped down, and that can set to the side and dry. We won't be attaching anything to it, but I wanted to pick the pieces that we're going to be using today, so I knew where to go from there. I like to kind of match my pages when they meet up to each other. So starting in the front of the book, I wanted page 1 to match the inside of this cover. So that's why I went ahead and decided to choose what I wanted for the inside cover. I'm going to get this going here. Easier to do it with 2 hands than it is one. There we go. And a good amount of glue on there. I want this thing to stay. There we go. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to come right up to this corner, and I am fanned out all the way so you can see the whole book. I'm going to come up and I'm going to have a 1/16 of an inch on each. Well, no, I'm sorry. I'm going to have like an 1/8 of an inch on each edge. All right. And I like using the glue along with the tape so that I can kind of slide it around a little bit. All right, I'm not going to press all that yet. Let me go ahead and peel this one. Start peeling all of these. And I do have the wider score tape, but I figured I would use this because I don't need it score tape solid. Here we got our magnets. I'm going to go ahead and untape those. And not sure how much of this we're going to need. I'm going to peel those off too. There we go. All right. Go ahead. This looks pretty good. We're going to get our glue on this one. Oh, whoops. Keep it on the paper. And on the top of the other paper would be nice, right? It's easier to do it this way, I think. It's hard for me to hold when the sheet's that big to hold them and get the glue where I want it. Get glue off of there. Okay. Looks pretty good. Okay. So let's make sure our bottles are facing upright. Here we go. And remember, I've already pulled the tape off of this. I've got tape at about 1/2 of an inch. It isn't quite a 1/2 inch wide, but it's pretty close. That looks good. That looks good. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and press this one down now. Give it a good press. Get that glue moved around in there. There we go. A little bit of tape showing that. That's all right. Get the glue moving around in there. And I got to pick this back up because this one has to be underneath there. Like so. Let me pull that up. All right. So let's go ahead and get the glue on the back of this one. Or everything dries up too much. Get my glue here. There we go. Perfect. Pull this tape. And we already got it. Remember we put our 4 magnets on there for our thing. So this is going to go underneath there, but it has to line up here at about 1/8 of an inch, top to bottom. we go. Perfect. There we go. Now I can push this down. Push that down. One big book. It is big. What did we decide that was? Let's see here. Got 18, 28, 30 inches. 30 inches across. All right. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and set this aside. Let that dry there. I'm going to go ahead and give that a little press there. Here's my other one right here. Just trying to find those. Oh, there they are. There, one there. While the glue is still kind of soft. And then there should be one right there. I think right there's that one. Okay. And then right here. Okay. I don't want any puckering. Looks like they're holding pretty good. Okay. Okay, so we're just going to let those dry now. And we're going to go on to the next part of our project. Okay. So we're going to start out with our first card here, our first page here. Gotta cover my glue there before it dries. There we go. All right. So for this page, with my Cricut, I have cut this little post here. He comes with a little crow. And we have these here. Let me get rid of these. Hang on. There we go. So for this piece here, that is the back of this one. I'm going to go in now since I don't need that wide angle there. There we go. Perfect. So for this, I've taken this and I've cut a piece that is I'll measure it with my ruler. I know it was 1 12-inch piece and it did both of those. So 4 1/8. So 4 1/8 high. And then this one was 6 7/8 wide. And that left me with this piece here, which is 5 1/8 wide. Yes. So this was 1 12-inch piece, but when you cut the 6 7/8 piece, you end up with a 5 1/8 piece, and then that will fit perfect in this part up here. So we can use one strip for both of those. They've already been smudged. I'm going to take this stuff out of here for right now. All right, here we go. And we'll go ahead and glue these in. Like I said, I've already smudged everything with my black soot. So we're going to get that to slide in there. Yeah, slide in. Goodness gracious, get in there. Works fine until you put glue on it and try to get it in there when you're working on it, right? And here we should have about 1/8 of an inch too, or a little less, maybe 1/16 of an inch, which is fine. About 1/16 of an inch. We're going to go ahead and press that down. There we go. And then we're going to do this piece on the bottom flap here. We should be able to get 2 done today, I think. 2 decorated. All right. Ooh, we need a magnet here first. Hang on. Hang on. We've got to do these first. I'm going to wipe this off. I don't want that all bumpy under there. We want to hide our magnet under there. So let's go ahead and, that's what I've decided to do for the slide here. Is we're going to take this piece and that's going to be our base. That is going to bring us back to our left panel there on the inside left side of our book. Okay. This is going to slide up in there. About 1/16 of an inch edge. That piece there was 2 inches by 4 1/8. Yep, 2 inches by 4 1/8 inch. Okay. Now, if you're doing your book, just double check and remeasure just in case your measurements might be a little tiny different than mine. So for my slide here, I've decided to take another piece of the purple and then a piece of orange. So my purple piece is 2 1/16 by 4 inches, and my orange piece is 1 7/8 by 3 3/4. So I'm going to glue the orange piece right to my purple piece and kind of center those. Give that a nice purple edge there. There we go. All right. And then out of that, out of the Cartabella one, I cut out the little house there, okay? Just kind of fussy cut it out. I like that. And I was going to just use that as a pole, and I thought, no, it's just not big enough. It just wasn't enough. So it's going to go right down in here like so. And then this was just from the edge of the paper here. So it was just off the strip. And I just cut that on an angle. And we're going to glue that just like that. And that's also been smudged. Just to give it a little something there. There we go. And then that is going to be attached to our pole here. Okay. And then this is what our magnet gets put on. Yes, okay. So I've got a magnet there and a magnet there. So I could have glued that on. Just wanted to make sure. Ooh, I don't need all that. I just need to glue onto here. It's the only glue I need. Okay. Right at the top there. Glue that on. And then this will lift and slide just like that. Looks a little crooked to me. Hang on. Let's get it straight. Oh, I still got glue on there. Okay, good. Just lift a little crooked. There we go. All right. So that will slide up, slide down. Okay. All right. So now let's go ahead and glue this down. Let's try again. For some reason I was thinking my magnet had to be underneath this, but it doesn't. Better safe than sorry, right? Okay, make sure my skeletons are facing right. And here too we'll have like a 1/16 of an edge all the way around. Okay. Now I got my magnet glued on the back of here. Okay. So this one here. It's just kind of a cute little saying, you know, little sign here. And I think, oops, you know, I gotta have room for the crow too. Where's my crow gonna go? Right in there. Okay, so right in here, we'll put this. My magnet's right underneath there. And then the crow, he sits right on this. Over here on the side here. Just like so. There we go. This just says Happy Halloween. Get some dabs of glue on there. Go. All right, and then that gets centered on there. There we go. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my magnet on there. Put a dab of glue right here. Let me grab a piece of tape. Piece of score tape. Here we go. It's a very long piece of score tape. Okay. And I'm going to lift that up. Okay. Score tape on there. Just like that. I'll bring this down. Hold my magnet. Press, and I'm going to kind of slide it this way. And I'm going to press that, just like that. And we're going to let that glue dry up, and then we'll bring in and we'll add another piece of paper to that. There. So this lifts up, slides up, and actually we'll slide all the way up like that, all the way down, conceals that. All right, so let's go ahead and take a scrap piece of our purple here. Let me see. Doesn't matter, no one's going to see it. So maybe I'll even use thinner, something thinner. Here we go. Thin piece of paper so it's not messing with my magnet. And it don't have to be very big. Just have to cover the magnet and the tape. Okay, so let's go with this one here, just like this. Okay. That should conceal it all. Let's go ahead and put some glue on there. I'm going to come up under here and grab that tape. Maybe. There we go. And slide this up underneath there. There we go. All right. Perfect. Okay. Now, for the inside, we have all right. So now this piece I cut out with my Cricut. So, and all these would be in the kit for the Cricut pieces. If you're interested, there's going to be a link down in the description where you can go to my eBay and purchase just the Cricut stuff that I cut out. Most of it. I don't think I'm going to include tags in that, but I will do a video and show what is included in it. All right, so this layers over top of this one, just like so. Perfect. Oopsie. There we go. Okay. And these black owls here. I don't need as much glue. Here we go. And if you have spray glue and you want to use that, you can. I found that with the spray glue, though, it didn't seem to hold on. Okay. And then this fits over top of that yellow. Should be like exact. Okay. There we go. There we go. So we got that glued together. And we are going to add a pocket on the inside here, right down here. This was cut at 8 inches wide by 3 and 5 inches high, and I scored each end 1/2 inch. So on your 8-inch side, score at 1/2 inch, flip and score the 1/2 inch. Let's go ahead and glue that down to the bottom there. And we're going to put a bead of glue right along the bottom edge. There we go. And I'm going to stay away from that score line there. I don't want to mess with my score right here. We'll give that a little bit of room. It's probably about I've got it up there a little bit, probably 1/8 of an inch above my score line, between a 1/16 of an inch and an 1/8 of an inch above that score line. Okay, just to give it a little room. Okay. Now for the top of this, I have a decorative cardstock that is 6 7/8 inches wide by 3 1/2 inches high. And that's going to go down at the bottom, or on the top of the pocket. Okay. So right on top of our pocket here. There we go. Nice and pretty. And then my second piece is 6 7/8 inches wide by 4 1/8 high. That's for the bottom flip there. Okay. going to go right down here. Perfect. As you can see, you got nice area for a photo here. Okay. If you wanted to put your photo up here, you probably could write a little side note there if you wanted, date or something. And then for our top flip, our decorative cardstock is 6 7/8 inch high, or wide, I mean. And this piece here is 4 1/8, just like this one. And we're gonna glue to the top there. There we go. Perfect. And this is what this owl's going to pull in with that. Okay. This piece here is 6 7/8 inches wide by 5 1/8. That's going to tuck behind our pocket just a little bit. Perfect. Get that tucked in that pocket just a tiny bit. Drop it down. Watching our score line there. We don't want to interfere with that. There we go. Perfect. All right. So this little owls here are going to get glued right on top of here. But I'm going to leave a little room in here, so if we want to put a tag in there, well, maybe I'll slide a little tag in there, okay? So I'm actually going to glue the side. You know what? I don't think we're going to need the tag. So I'm just going to glue it down. And then we'll have journaling area here. So I'm going to just glue this whole thing down here. There we go. So I want them just like so. Perfect. That's pretty. There we go. All right. Okay. It's pretty thick there. Yeah. I'm going to kind of re-burnish these to kind of get them used to being over top of all that stuff there. Okay. There we go. All right, this pulls down, and the magnet will pull that closed there. That's thick. I think they're pretty thick. Oh, yeah. I guess with the pocket and everything, it should hold itself down. There we go. All right. So we've got our slide, flip down, flip up. And we have a pocket here. Okay. We'll make our tags a little later. There we go. So for on this side, I'm going to take a little tag here, and I'm just going to take this from that sheet and put that on top there. And if you still want to put a picture over top of it, you can. That is from that other new paper that we added today. So you got a big edge around there, but that's fine. It's crooked to me. Here we go. Come on up. Come on. There we go. Okay, and then for the pull part down here, I've decided to add this tag, and I just trimmed it off just a little over a ½ inch off of each edge there. And we're going to glue that down to our pull. Okay. It just says stop in for a spell, and I thought that looked cute with the witch theme there, and the other theme, the witch's shoes and stuff there. Okay. Oops. There we go. I'm not going to decorate all of these. Okay, now I gotta get this back up under there because I pulled it. There we go. Is that getting caught on? Now I'm getting caught on something. There we go. All right. Okay. So each of these other ones, I'm only going to add a ½ inch strip. So I've cut 4 of these so they'll show when they're closed, but you can still put your picture on. So just giving it a little edge there, like so, on each one. Okay. Just add a decorative element, but picture's going to take up a good share of that, so it doesn't need to. If that's going to stick back there, I might have to put something back there so it glides over it. But we'll figure that out a bit later. Again, last one. Okay. Put that up. Perfect. There. So I want to try this again. I want to see if it's, yeah, sticking on there, something. All right, I'll go back in and figure that out, and when I come back with my next video, then I'll let you know what's going on there. It's sticking on something there, and I'm not sure what. Not sure what. Oh, right there. Okay. We'll get it. We'll get it. It's sticking on the back of that tag. There we go. All right. I'll take care of that, and then I'll show you what I did. Okay. So there's one. For our second one, we are doing this one is page 2. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the inside first. Okay, so where this opens all the way this way, we'll do that first. Okay, I'm going to bring this back out here so you can see the whole thing. All right, there we go. Let me pull these. So this is where I've used that game-like thing here. I did add large magnets back here. So there's 2 here to hold this panel here when it closes to here. So I used 4 big magnets. Okay. So this is what we're using. And I've cut 1 tag that's going to go there. This piece is going to go here. This piece is going to go here. And then we have this one and this one. So I don't know if I'm going to do this one this way and that one that way, but that's how it's going to go. So let's go ahead. These have all been smudged. Let's go ahead and add our glue to this. These glued on. I just thought this was kind of fun paper. And for some reason, I have a whole bunch of it. So I thought, well, might as well use it up. Right? Doesn't do me any good just sitting there. So I'm going to stay a little bit away from that edge there. We have like a 16th top and bottom. And I'm going to stay about 1/8 of an inch away from my score line there. And then let's go ahead and add our glue to this one. There we go. And the reason I went this way with that is because I wanted the ticket to kind of match up. Otherwise my ticket would have been in a weird, or this center would have, big piece would have been in a weird spot. So that's why I decided to shift it over and add the tickets on the end here, because it would have ended up really weird. So that's why I did that. Okay. And the tickets say Carnival and Cakewalk, Haunted House, A-Ride, all kinds of things like that on there. Okay. And we're going to watch our score lines there. Okay. Perfect. All right. Slide this over. That. Yeah, it looks like it goes together pretty fast. I mean, it did take me a while to decide what I wanted and to get it all prepped, so you get the easier part of me just putting it together with you. And all the work is already done. It does save you guys some time though, so you don't have to sit there and watch me cut each piece. Alright. Now this one, I think I am going to put it this way so that we have one up there and one down there. They're both not right. The boxes aren't right next to each other. Okay. There we go. Perfect. There. Okay. So there. So now when you pull that and like that. Okay. Okay. So let's go ahead and get our back part done before we missing a piece. Where's my other piece? There it is. Okay. All right. So this piece was from the paper that the back side of the owls. So it's a strip here. I cut this 6 7/8 inches wide. Then I divided it into strips. Okay, my first strip here is just off the top there. And that one is 1.5 inches. And that's going to go down and slide just underneath that top pocket. Okay, just a little bit. Okay, just like this. Drop it down in there. Just about 1/8 of an inch or 1/16 of an inch, something like that, whatever looks good to you. There you go. Same as the sides there, so about 1/16 of an inch. Okay. Now this one is going to go on here like that. And this extends down a little bit, but we're not going to put glue down here. What this is going to do is going to keep our tag from sticking on that other pocket. So we're not going to glue that little extra edge down there. So we're going to stop about where this little black and white area is, okay? We're going to leave about ½ inch, I guess, or so. It's not going to pull up or anything because it's going to be back, but we don't want to glue that down because then our pocket, our long pocket will be short, okay? We don't want to interfere with our long pocket. So let's get that down like that. Get it started. All right. And then just like so, okay? We'll be working on some tags later, okay? And then this bottom piece is just 3 3/8 high. And that gets glued all the way down. Okay. Just that. Perfect. All right. So we got pocket here, one pocket here. Let's see. Here we go. This pocket goes all the way down in. This pocket's a little bit shorter, so we can have a tag up higher. All right, let's go ahead and do our graveyard scene. All right. We close this up a little bit here so that you're a little bit closer. Let's see what we got here. Get a little bit closer. There we go. All right. So I've gone ahead and I've cut out my tombstones. Cover this a second while we go through this. So I've got them all different sizes here. And of course, for perception, our biggest ones will be closer to us and our smaller ones further away. So let's go ahead and start with the very back one. This one here measures about 3 3/4 wide, and the tallest point is 1 1/4. I've gone ahead and added some what looks like maybe some green grass and some brown marks with my pen. We got DOA for Dead on Arrival. We've got Sam. We got Rest in Peace, and then we just got some little highlights on the rest of those there. Nothing written. It's pretty small. We're going to glue this right back here, right along that line. But we don't want to interfere with our fold here, so it's going to go up to that fold like that. So it's going to end right at our crease there. If I can get it and hold it for you, I'll show you in a second. So it's going to stop right at that fold, and I'm going to try to keep it in a straight line with the purple like that. Okay, So we're going to go ahead and glue that down. That just gives us more depth looking. So that's all it is. All right. So I don't want to get glue all over. There's my line there. Stuff like that. Press it down. There we go. So that you can see. So it just gives us the illusion that the cemetery is bigger than it really is. Okay. I'm going to cut this down there just a little bit. It's kind of interfering with my fence. There we go. All right, get off of there. All right. Now the next one I've chosen has, I cut 2 layers of it and then got rid of the tombstone part, and I have just my little ghosts there. So we're going to go ahead and glue those on. And I remove those, slice them away with my Cricut in the Cricut file. So here we go. Perfect. So it takes time to go in and slice them all and stuff like that, but now when I go in to cut it, I've already have that saved in there. So, and this one says, I'm a Dead, 1847. And it glued right back in here, something like that. So probably about 1/8 of an inch or so. And so that one came undone. Let me get this here. I went over to the left a little bit because I do have another stone I'm going to put in there. And I think I'm going to go with You're Next, I think. There we go. And let's go ahead and put it in there. And I think I'm going to tilt it a little bit. All tombstones are straight. Okay, so there we go. And I felt one of those let go right down there. Yep. Okay, let me tip this upside down a second. Still got my tape on it. It's just, there we go. Oh, looks like it wants to come loose too. Like my tape is bunched up. There we go. Okay. Okay. So now we've got those two like that. In different angles, you'll be able to see the different stones and stuff there. Okay. Even though they're smaller in the back, they still give it a detail. Okay. I think I had another taller one. Where is it? Oh, there it is. This one says Barry M. Deep, 1703. Joe Rotten, 1751. She Gone, 1682, and Rest in Peace. Okay. So I think She Gone, I'm going to go right up here. Oh, maybe Joe Rotten. Maybe I won't use anything. So let's go ahead and do Bury Him Deep. He's going to be right on the front here. Right here, I think. Okay. So let me hold that up there. That's a pretty good size stone. Okay. I'm going to reach up in there and try to pin pinch that on there. There we go. Just like that, see? And then I think I want Joe Rotten right here. See the little hands on there? And I colored them kind of green colored, so they're like yucky. And I think, whoops, hang on. I think I want to make that one crooked. Like so. Okay. And then I think I'm going to put Shigon right here. Even though it won't be seen very well, it'll still be there. It'll be fill stuff in with it. So, all right. So there we go. It gives you a good amount. So I'm going to leave that sitting up like that to dry so that they can dry up really good before I go and close it up. All right. Okay, so that's where we're going to leave it for today. Well, thank you for joining me. And remember, if you're not a subscriber, please go ahead and do so now so you can stay involved in what's going on and maybe try some of these different tutorials that I do. So I will be putting up number 4 very soon. So till the next time, have a great night. Bye.